Hello and welcome to, why does this overlay have to go on there? Okay, and welcome to How Do I Blendered Transforms. Yes, that's what it's called, How I Blendered Transforms. And I'm going to show you how to distort and do all kinds of crazy stuff. Okay, so first thing we'll do is we'll add an image, and one that's easy to see, whether it's upside down or stuff. So I guess this would be a good one. Burnward. Yeah, that's the one I used in the other thing. And put it there. I'm going to drag this out so that it's at least 70, 80 frames long. And now I'm going to start distorting it. And this is especially useful if you want to make storyboards. In fact, that's the main application I'm looking to use this for. To add the to transform something, you've got to go to Add Effect Transform. And by the way, I've skipped a lot of steps, but I'm showing them here to you because I've already showed you the stuff in earlier videos, and really, if you haven't watched my other videos, you should, because this probably won't make any sense to you. So there's the effect. This down here is where we're going to be working in the effect thing in the lower bar. We'll start by doing a really simple effect, and by the way, you'll notice it doesn't matter how many times. Oh, look, it did it that once. It doesn't matter how many times I click this little arrow, it's not going to move. So Blender, you're broken. If I click it enough times, it'll let me type in that value. And what this is doing is it's showing it percentage. No, it doesn't say 100%. No, it says 1.00, and that's, I guess, where it's starting from. So I'm going to leave the start thing alone, and I'm going to mess with the end thing. And the easier way to do this, really, is to hover the mouse over it and hit Enter, because then I don't have to keep randomly clicking and hoping that it finally does something. And I'm going to put a value of 5 in there, which means by the end of the thing, it's going to be 5. So why is this applied over the entire thing? Well, it's because I haven't set any progression for it up in the IPO thing. So here we're going to click, Control LMB, Control LMB. It's doing a Bezier curve right now. You can also hit Tab to select both of them. And hit V. That'll make it a straight line, which means it's a constant thing from one to the other. Why does this mean I'm only getting 4 frames per second? This is nuts. Anyway, so now I actually have a progression for the transformation. Alright, I'm going to show you what does not work and why it should work, but it doesn't. Add effect, transform, and I'll come on, just no, look, right there. There, okay. It's stacking the effects, and that means that it's affecting the thing below it. But guess what? You notice that all the transformation I did with this one, and by the way, you can LMB hold to preview what's going on with any one effect, regardless of the others. But we're concerned about this one. Why is it not working? Why is it canceling out the other effect? I don't know. This is going to be very important later on when I'm showing you the thing that's really screwed up. So, delete this. It doesn't work, but I can make it work. In fact, I might even be able to make the other thing work later on. I'm going to add effect to the other effect, which makes so much sense, right? Because I'm affecting the other effect. Right, sure. Go down here. We'll try the same thing again. Now remember, I'm going to be scaling this up on a different thing. I now created 2 different effects that are both altering different aspects of it. And I'm going to Control LMB. By the way, is that 0%? That's 100%. And just make it a straight thing. Wait, is that right? Yes. All right, cool. So, by the way, you'll notice the net gain of this is not that it's distorting it one way or the other, but it's distorting it, it's just doing a straight constrained zoom in with, no distortion of the image. And that's because it set the Y scale value and the X scale values to the same. And this is the X one, and this is the Y one, and I can rename those, like, this is just for Y scale. But it won't really matter that much because I don't really care. So I've showed you how to do scales. Now I'm going to duplicate the image, Shift D, because I don't want to have to go fetch another one from the save thing. Put it at 81. Now I've got a fresh picture, and I'm going to show you how to do something else. Add effect, transform. It's like putting it way up high, like when I start out. LMB to drop it. Now I'm going to change where the X starts. I'm going to leave that alone just because it's clearer to show you like where it's going to, what this is altering. X end is altering your position of it. You have to actually make a really big difference, like to see any difference at all down here for some reason. I don't know what it's measuring by. I guess it's measuring it by pixels. I mean, no, it's not measuring it by pixels. It's measuring it by multiples of the thing. But I mean, come on, if it's 60, it should be like 60 times the resolution, like 1080 times 60, and that should be like it should be like 5 feet to the left of my monitor. But it's not. I don't know why. Now I'm going. Come on, continue. No, spinning Cheerio of death. Leave me alone. Y end, I'm going to raise that up by 60 also. Now you've noticed that I've done these on the same one, so I can't alter them independently of the other, and that's why I put these on two different channels. You know, stack those effects. So that's really wanted to show you there. The other last thing is rotation, and this one just burns me. 62, drop it, add the effect. Yeah, actually that one did it okay. Here is the rotation. And instead of percentage like all the other ones does, this one does it by degrees, which means 360 degrees will turn it just right back where it started. I'm going to do 90 degrees, show you how that one works. And by the way, I don't think I'm gonna render these. So there, I've turned it 90 degrees counterclockwise. That makes so much sense too. What do these do? I don't know. So that's the main controls. Now I'm going to show you what does not work, and it makes me so frustrated. Gotta move this down. This one goes down some channels. All right, that's good enough. I'm going to add an image. It's a PNG. It's already got the alpha channel in it. Up, documents, Blender stuff, blue partly transparent. Okay. This has an alpha channel to it, right? So I should be able to see right through this, right? Well, no, not exactly. Because it's either all the way on top of it and nothing shows through and it's black, or if it's underneath the transformation effect, the bottom one is on top of it. So it doesn't work with images that apparently fit the whole screen size or something. It just doesn't make any sense. Blender people, please fix this. Just make it easier. User hostility is not behooving to the spread of the goal that you're trying to do. Alright, now I'm going to show you the reason why this is such a bad thing. Wait, that's not even working with these. Sheesh. Oh, I know why. Okay, it doesn't work because you have to add a special thing, and it shouldn't have to do that. So I'm going to add an effect. Alpha over. Haha. See, now it's recognizing that the alpha channels are there. The blue one, which is the one I selected second, is going to be on top of that one. And okay, this is good for storyboards because what you want to do is be able to have the foreground element over the top of the background element. And you want to have the background element be able to move. So you've got like the trees going past the person who's sitting in a car. Now you can't do that. And I'll show you why. I'm going to add the effect of transformation to this. Transform! And I'm going to put it right on top of that one. Watch this. Remember how I did the other thing on the other one and it worked fine? Well, guess what? 60. It doesn't work at all. And the same thing happens if I try to select the top image or the top effect, add an effect to it. You know, like how I did it to the other one to get it to work. All right, so it's still working, right? Actually, I feel like I'm doing this wrong. Y end 60. That moved both of them. No, stupid. Did you see how I just selected the one effect for the alpha over? Alright, see, you can't do it without affecting the other. So this is why this is devastating to using Blender as a storyboarding thing. So, you know how to use the other ones, and they work pretty good, but pretty much this thing is useless as a storyboarding thing unless you can fix the alpha ones. Because you can't have independent movement of foreground and background elements. Also as animation. I guess if you wanted to use that, it would work. So that's all I have to say. Rent, end.